The Kaohsiung Museum of Fine Arts has a profoundly significant place in the cultural landscape of Taiwan. Its position in the city, the beauty of the surrounding landscape, and the majestic presence of the existing museum are poised to take a leap forward as a world-class institution. It is our intention to provide a vision that synthesizes an array of issues, offering a new identity for the museum, one that keeps the spirit of the existing, but that also reflects a rejuvenated look toward the future of this great cultural institution. The work that we do has always straddled a fine line between art and architecture.
We've spent most of the last 15 years creating work that has elevated experiences, giving new identities to places.
The work has been driven by a careful calibration between function, form, and materiality to produce that effect across different scales.
One example of this is our project, The Exchange in Columbus, Indiana. It's a pavilion for the Exhibit Columbus Biennale, located in the acclaimed city next to a prominent modern bank by Eros Airmen.
We've produced numerous public pavilions for events in Los Angeles that have been central in the shaping of experience and the defining of place.
Our work has also been collected as a part of a permanent collection in major institutions such as the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art and the LA County Museum of Art. Also, our experience in Taiwan includes multiple installations, such as the Crystal Cloud and the Anemone installations, as well as the Monarch Tower.
The large majority of this work has been fabricated directly by us in our studio in Los Angeles.
In addition to an aesthetic sensibility, this fabrication has given us the keen ability to address issues of construction and assembly.
We understand tectonic and structural issues and have established seamless relationships with the necessary consultants and advisors for seeing this work through. We believe that every detail matters, and particularly those that engage the public.
Our work often embraces the role of the integrated furniture and the tactility of those things that engage the human body without losing sight of the larger identity of the project.
There's something really special about the way a museum foregrounds the act of seeing a piece of art, and the museum as a place has the ability to elevate that experience. What often distinguishes architecture from art is its intentional separation, meaning it typically operates as a utilitarian shell for art. In many cases, that might be the right approach, the interior of a gallery, for example. But in this case, we believe that the plaza offers a perfect opportunity for the convergence of art and architecture. More than just a sculptural piece, an artistic approach to the architecture has a direct engagement with the visitors to the museum, one that's in sync with their experiences on the site.
For this project, we're partnered with Renlai Architects based in Taiwan. They are a talented team of designers, especially skilled at coordinating complex projects. They have close, trusted relationship with technical consultants and will be key to the on-the-ground execution of the project. Their approach carefully balances technical performance with one-of-a-kind locations in ways that are both active and engaging.
Rather than operating simply as an executive local architect for the project, our relationship with Renlai Architects will be that of a true partnership. Every stage of the project involves close collaboration to ensure that the work is successful on all levels. As we considered the needs of the museum, we first prioritized the critical waterproofing requirements of the building. We've assembled an experienced and talented team to address the current issues. It's our feeling that without first addressing these issues with an effective and long-term solution, any experiential or artistic approach that we take will be in vain. Beginning with the existing flat rooftop, we would assess the overloaded span of the skylight, alleviating it with an alternative structural support to prevent future deformation. Additionally, we would level the roof line and apply a new solid layer of waterproofing.
We are proposing to perform these same structural and waterproofing strategies on the smaller daylight hoods, particularly on the fourth floor exhibition halls and machine room. to ensure that critical facilities and special galleries are not compromised in the future.
And finally, we will identify any walls that require renovation or will need additional improvements. Each of these solutions offer long-term benefits without detracting from the current appearance of the existing building.
Dedicating a significant portion of our budget to this endeavor ensures that these measures are done properly.
With these problems addressed, we can step back to consider the larger identity of the museum.
There are two key elements that we believe are critical to the future success of the museum. Although closely related, we've separated them for the sake of clarity.
The first is to think about the larger identity of the museum. Does it reflect the artistic and forward-thinking vision of the institution? Is it reflective of the prestige that it deserves? Does the museum reflect a place of unique artistry?
The second issue that we considered was its place in the city. Who does it serve? Does it reflect the culture at large? Does it play an active or passive role? Is it an oasis in the city or an extension of it?
It's our belief that the museum and its surrounding landscape should be linked as a vibrant and active extension of the city itself.
It should speak to an array of interests, offering experiences of all kinds, and it should be organized in such a way as to make those experiences accessible and ever-present. To do this, we've rethought the entry sequence, starting with the public movement through the plaza. As an exterior intervention into the museum, we've introduced a freestanding entry canopy, which aesthetically attaches to the front entrance without touching it. These features are modestly applied to the existing entry, resolving its related issues into one cohesive design.
As part of the canopy, we've also introduced an exterior stair to the courtyard below, creating a more open, accessible public space which both shades and activates the entrance as a renewed outdoor space for visitors. The canopy front includes prominent signage for the museum, expressed through a fresh graphic strategy. The strategy includes the logo, typography, key symbols, and other wayfinding devices to direct visitors.
Key to our proposal is the addition of a standalone visitor center. Aligned to the entry canopy, this space brings together indoor and outdoor qualities of the museum. We believe that the plaza is the ideal cultural organizer for the experiences offered by the museum and its grounds. That visitor center acts as a connection point for the public, establishing a sequence that connects them to the place. While the grounds currently offers an array of experiences, it could greatly benefit from an entry sequence that organizes, identifies, and helps the visitor navigate towards the experiences that they're looking for, be it ecological, event-based, exercise, or artistic. The canopy features an undulating, rippled surface, a visual marker with a drape-like expression.
As you approach, the visitor center canopy becomes a meeting area for gatherings, a hub for the public, acting as a beacon for the museum and its visitors. Our vision of the museum is of a place where the visitors could go over and over again, each time offering a new experience. From the aesthetic details to technical resolutions, our proposal solidifies the identity of the museum within Kaohsiung and the world of art. We are also invested in the broader context of the museum, thinking more holistically about the future of the site and considering ways to connect the daily life of the museum to its surroundings.
The intention here is to ensure that our proposal considers ways to grow as support and funding becomes available.
One way in which the museum extends into the life of the city is through the events that happen around it. Observing a farmer's market on a main path from the city, we would propose another small canopy that incorporates these events as an extension of the museum in the plaza.
This extension is also enlivened through the museum's relationship with the park. Our proposal envisions the visitor center as a connective device to the future bridge and landscape, architecturally linking the old with the new. The core of our intention for the Kaohsiung Museum of Fine Arts is to build an identity that converges art and architecture in a novel experience for people.
Our experience, both artistically and technically, is perfectly aligned for this project. We've assembled a diverse team with global experience, local know-how, and ambition to realize our design.
Fixing the leaking is our top priority and the most crucial step in our design process. It is an essential part of our proposal and critical to making this project a success.
Ultimately, the goals of the project and our team are one and the same: transform the spirit of Kaohsiung Museum of Fine Arts into a world-class institution.